Hi folks, my name is Pooja and welcome back to yet another video from Applesutra, India's go-to place for Apple news, views and reviews. So what have we got for you today? It's a face-off between two of Apple's own products, the Smart Keyboard Folio and the Magic Keyboard for the iPad. When I got the 11-inch iPad Pro a couple of years ago, I bought the Smart Keyboard Folio with it. Recently, however, I bought the Magic Keyboard because I really wanted to experience the convenience of one particular feature. Which one? You'll find out soon enough. So after I used both the keyboards for 4 to 5 weeks, I decided to do a comparison video for all of you out there who are wondering which of these keyboards would be a better fit for their iPad. And if you're a little less confused after watching this video, you can thank me in the comments section. And you can also like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you never have to miss out on a great content put together by hardworking people such as me and my team. On that note, let's quickly get down to comparing the Smart Keyboard Folio and the Magic Keyboard. This is the Magic Keyboard and this is the Smart Keyboard Folio. If we look at the similarities, size-wise, they are roughly the same. If there is any difference between both of them in terms of size, it's marginal. Yet another similarity. Both these keyboards use magnetic connectors. See these smart connectors over here? These magnetic connectors, they grip the iPad and keep it in its place. So in the other keyboards in the market, you must have noticed that there's a particular frame around it, but these keyboards don't have this. They connect to the iPad using these magnetic connectors, which work pretty well. Another point of similarity between both these keyboards is that they draw power from the iPad. They don't need an alternate source of power to function. So as long as your iPad is charged, these keyboards will work. And when your iPad runs out of power, well, what's even the point of running the keyboard if your iPad doesn't have any power, right? And finally, these keyboards don't need to be paired with the iPad. Just put them in, start typing, you're good to go. With that, the similarity between both these keyboards come to an end. And now we are going to step into a world of differences, lots and lots of differences. I think the very first thing you notice is the difference in weight. The Smart Keyboard is lighter and more flexible. You can wrap it around the iPad if you want to use it as a tablet, and you can also lay it down on the table absolutely flat. Why you might want to do that? I don't know. I mean, I have yet to come up with a good situation where you need to have your iPad in this position, that too with the keyboard attached to it. But hey, if the need pops up, this Smart Keyboard will rise to the occasion by lying absolutely flat. That joke fell flat, I think. Moving on, the Magic Keyboard is bulkier and stiffer. It weighs quite something in your hand. It does not lie down flat and you cannot fold it back like the way we did with the Smart Keyboard. This means if you need to use it as a tablet, you have to remove the iPad from the keyboard and use it as a tablet. On the brighter side, this keyboard floats in the air and it looks so cool and super stylish. It adds a little bit of magic in your life, hence the name, I suppose, the Magic Keyboard. When it comes to the viewing angle, the Smart Keyboard gives you two options, this and this. The Magic Keyboard, on the other hand, it does have a restriction. It can only go so far, but within this, it gives you different options and you have greater control on how you want to view your iPad. The next difference lies in the keypad itself. This one has a waterproof keyboard. Since the fabric is wrapped around the case and there are no gaps under it, there is no place for the water to slide into. This is a blessing for a clumsy person like me. I can spill all the coffee, coke and cocktail I want on this keypad and it does no damage whatsoever. The liquid just slides off. Yay! And you don't have to worry about dirt, gunk, dust or crumbs getting into the nooks and crannies of the keypad. It doesn't happen. The Apple gods were merciful indeed. The Magic Keyboard, on the other hand, uses a scissor switch mechanism, which is what we see in all the current MacBooks. So, if you bite into a chip or a sandwich while working on this thing, you can be dead sure that some little crumb is going to fall through the cracks and into the keyverse of madness. And there doesn't seem to be any way for you to clean it effectively, like a cloth will not do, but you can use one of these brushes that you get with any cleaning kit and get all the debris out of your iPad. On the brighter side, the typing experience on this thing is as close as it can get to a laptop. It has a very satisfying click when you're working on it, and especially for somebody like me who has to type a lot, I love it. The keyboard is smooth and precise and quite accurate. Also, the backlit function of the keyboard comes in really handy when you are typing in low light conditions. You have the option of controlling it manually, but the keyboard also lights up automatically based on the lighting conditions around you. These were some of the differences between both the keyboards, but let's look at the one that was probably the biggest and the one that I was most interested in, which prompted me to buy the Magic Keyboard even though I already had the Smart Keyboard. I'm talking about the trackpad. Trackpad support was introduced in iPadOS 13.4 and it has been a huge boon for people who are looking to use their iPad as a replacement for their MacBooks or laptops. This trackpad is extremely responsive and supports multi-touch gestures like 2-finger swipe, 3-finger swipe, 2-finger scroll and pinch and zoom. And I can't tell you what a blessing it is for somebody like me to have a trackpad on their iPad keyboard. Earlier with the Smart Keyboard, I had to touch the screen for every single thing. Switch between apps, touch the screen. Browse photos, touch the screen. Scrolling within an app, touch the screen. Closing a window, touch the damn screen. It might seem like I'm making a big issue over a small thing, but when you're working on your iPad for hours, these small repetitive actions can hamper your work experience. But now with the trackpad, I have greater convenience when I'm working on my iPad and I'm able to get a lot of work done on it without missing my MacBook in any way. This feature alone is worth spending a bit more for the Magic Keyboard if you intend to get heavy use out of your iPad. The second biggest difference between both keyboards is the USB support. The Magic Keyboard has it, the Smart Keyboard doesn't. Why should you care? The iPad already has one USB-C port, so what's the big deal? Well, for one, you can charge your iPad like this, as opposed to this. You have to admit that this is just way more convenient. Secondly, when you are charging the iPad like this, you can use this USB-C port to connect devices like a hard drive, a pen drive, or even an external screen. And finally, the biggest deciding factor, the cost, of course. The Magic Keyboard retails for nearly 28,000 bucks, 27,900 to be precise, because Apple was being generous. While the Smart Keyboard costs about 15,000 rupees, well, 15,900 rupees, because we are not that lucky. So who's the winner? That totally depends on how you plan to use your iPad. The Smart Keyboard is light, flexible, and handy. It's a great companion for someone who is constantly on the go and has to use the iPad in a wide range of environments. So if you see yourself using your iPad in places where it might be exposed to the elements of nature, and you have to switch quickly between using the iPad as a tablet and then switch back to using it as a keyboard, using it with a keyboard, I would recommend the Smart Keyboard. But if you're a pro user and demand a lot from your iPad and intend to use it as a replacement for your MacBook, The Magic Keyboard with its trackpad and USB support should be your pick. The cost difference between both the keyboards is significant, almost double. And because they are extremely durable pieces of hardware, these keyboards will last you for a good few years. So choose wisely and spend your money well. Time for me to wrap up, people. Which keyboard is going to be your iPad's companion? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. We thrive on your love and attention. See you soon.